I was sitting here in my cozy chair by the fireplace reading the Bible this morning. I got up and I was the first one up, and I was deciding what to do with my day. The first thing, should it be eating cookie dough and playing video games? I prayed about what I should actually be doing, and I decided to go without the tea that I had just made, because I made it with eggnog and so it had sugar in it, and also decided to read my Bible for an hour instead of playing my video games. And I prayed about that, and so that's what I did. I came to my comfy chair by the fireplace and I read the Bible, and my kids ended up waking up actually soon after that, which I was surprised by. And they came out and I read it out loud to them too. And they got to see me living by example instead of waking up and seeing me on the computer. They saw me reading the Bible. And they tend to follow suit. They're pretty young. I don't know if it'll still be this way when they're a little bit older. Maybe it will, but it tends to be, a couple of weeks after I start a habit, they follow it. Especially if I point it out, like, oh guys, I'm pointing out I'm brushing my teeth, and they will start to do it on their own without me telling them, just because I've told them. Anyway, that wasn't the point of this video, but it was really nice fruits that were pretty immediate, because my kids came out and got a Bible lesson with me this morning that I wasn't planning on. And we didn't go to church because they're sick right now, but anyway, I wanted to talk about what I actually read in the Bible today. So I was reading Deuteronomy, and I read the first 4 chapters, and it was talking about the Hebrews, soon to be Israelites. It was Moses speaking to them and recapping their history, their journey through the wilderness, and when God asked them to go and take up the land of the Amorites, I believe, they were scared. And they said, God put us through all of this, taking us out of Egypt and wandering through the wilderness just so that we could go and be destroyed. And it's really interesting because the night before, last night, I had been watching a sermon that was pointing out how silly thinking like that is. It wasn't about that Bible passage, but very similarly, he said, God didn't put people through all of this and this and this just to destroy you. He didn't send his only begotten son to be killed on the cross in a terrible way just to destroy the people who he did it for. He's for you, not against you. And so as I was reading that, that stood out to me as well, because that's largely the reason that the people who did wander through the wilderness, almost none of the adults actually got to go into the promised land, not even Moses. And so I had been thinking, so we have a single income at our house, and it's enough for us, and I'd say that we're comfortable, and God has provided for us very, very well. We're very blessed, but at the same time, when you have a single income, it's a single income. It's like a table with one leg. Now, we have more than one leg because we have God, so we have stability with that foundation. But if my husband's income is threatened, then our whole lifestyle is threatened, because we would have to adjust. I mean, we have more than one house and they're not paid off, and so if I had to go back to work, the kids wouldn't be able to be homeschooled, and that means that they would probably have to go get vaccinated to be in school, maybe, and it would really uproot our entire, like, all my goals and hopes and dreams for them, because I want them to graduate, 4 years early, and that's not going to happen when you're doing public school. And just, it would really uproot everything that I have planned. But it was interesting because let's say that God did call me back to work, and that seems scary to me, just like the Hebrews going up against giants in order to claim the land that was to be their inheritance from God. They were afraid, and they thought, I can't possibly win against the giants and the high-walled cities. And if I had to go back to work, I'd be feeling that way too. Like, why is God punishing me? He put me through all this, and we've done all this just so that everything can be destroyed. But the thing is that he's telling them, go claim the land. I'm on your side. You're going to win. All you have to do is take what I'm giving you. I'm giving you something good. You've never seen it. You've never been there, but it's going to be good. And had they just listened and obediently done that, then they would have been able to enjoy the promised land that they wandered around 40 years for, And then for me, what I heard is, don't be afraid. Go up against whatever it is, even if it seems like the thing has high walls and barriers, or if it seems like, it said, don't be afraid of the face of men. Don't be afraid of people, because God is the judge. Just do what he tells you. And here's the thing, that they did not do what they were told to do. In their tents, they murmured. Is God setting us up to be destroyed by telling us to go up against the giants? And so God said, okay, you don't get to see the promised land. He took that away. And then he said, and then they tried to prepare themselves for battle afterwards and go up and fight after God had already said, never mind. And he said, don't do it, because I'm not with you. I'm not going to have you win. And so they went and tried to fight, and they lost terribly. And so the moral of the story is, do the scary thing, and do it immediately. Do it with, blind faith and obedience. And don't think that you're going to get a second chance. And, just bravely go out and conquer if that's what you need to do. Now, I'm not yet fully being called to go get a job yet. I'll have to pray about that and meditate on that. But as a matter of the heart, if I were to be called to do that, I need to face it bravely and trust God that his plan is better than my plan. And so I felt like that heart issue got resolved, and I don't know if I'll ever be called to go back into the workforce, but if I were, or whatever thing it is that I might be put up against, I just need to know that God is with me, and God is for me and with me and not against me. But I do need to be obedient, and be obedient right away, and don't say in my heart, oh, he's setting me up to destroy me. But go forth and conquer, and be the victor, and easily claim what he's giving me, and trust that it's good and it's worth it, and I'm not going to be harmed, and it's going to be good for my children too. That's a theme, a repeating theme in those 4 chapters as well. It's for you and your children. So I feel like that was really speaking to me this morning, and I wanted to share that. And happy holidays. It's not Christmas yet, but I hope everybody's enjoying the festivities.